Hey there, English learners. Welcome back to your daily dose of English. This is your 58th lesson in our 100-day challenge to master 100 essential adverbs in just 5 minutes a day. Today, we're diving into the adverb nowadays. Learning adverbs like this one will help you get a better grip on understanding and enjoying the sentences you read. After these lessons, I challenge you to pick up a piece of writing you like and see how much easier it is to get the gist of it. All right. Let's kick off with a quick quiz. Which of these sentences do you think best explains the meaning of nowadays? 1. In the future. 2. In the present time. 3. In the past. Got your answer? If you chose number 2, you're absolutely right. Nowadays means in the present time, especially compared to the past. It's like saying these days or currently. Now let's talk about the feeling behind nowadays. When you use nowadays, you're usually comparing how things are now with how they used to be. Imagine talking to your grandparents and hearing stories about how life was different when they were young. Then you think, wow, things are really different nowadays. It's all about that sense of change or contrast. Let's talk about how nowadays is used. It's mostly used to describe trends or common habits in the present time. Like when you're talking about how something is done today compared to the past. So when you want to talk about how things have changed, nowadays is your go-to adverb. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're chatting with a friend about how people communicate today versus before. You might say, nowadays everyone sends text messages instead of writing letters. This shows how the way we communicate has changed from the past to the present. Here's another one for you. Think about how shopping habits have shifted. You could say, people prefer online shopping nowadays. This highlights the trend of moving from physical stores to online shopping, which is really common these days. And one more example, especially if you're talking about how people are more focused on their health these days. You might say, nowadays, many people are more health conscious. It's a great way to show how attitudes towards health have evolved. Now, let's compare nowadays with a similar word. These days. Both mean almost the same thing, but there's a tiny difference. Nowadays can sound a bit more general or broad, while these days might feel a bit more immediate or recent. Let's compare them in a sentence. Suppose you're talking about how quickly things are changing in technology. You might say, these days technology is evolving faster than ever. This feels like you're talking about something that's happening right now. Almost like you're observing it happening as we speak. On the other hand, if you're making a broader statement about a trend, you could say, nowadays technology plays a huge role in our lives. This feels like a more general observation about how important technology has become over time. Notice how they both talk about the present, but with slightly different focuses. It's a subtle difference, but it can make your English sound more natural. Now it's your turn. Head to the comment section and try making your own sentence using nowadays. I'll be checking them out and giving feedback, so don't be shy. Give it a shot. All right, to wrap things up. Today we learned that nowadays is a handy adverb that helps you talk about the present, especially when comparing it to the past. It's all about showing how things have changed or how they're different today. It's great for talking about trends. Thanks for sticking with me. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the lesson, and subscribe if you haven't already. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep shining and keep learning.